Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for you today, and this time I'm going to be covering Nilfgaard. Now, I did play around quite a bit with a Spy and a Henrietta deck, and I just couldn't in good faith post it here on the YouTube. It was just complete garbage, unfortunately, but I was having a lot of fun with Assimilate, with the Spy mechanic and everything. I have settled on Ardal though, as the more competitive but still quite fun Nilfgaard variant that we're going to be talking about today. What is up with Ardal then? Well, he of course got a little bit better with the expansion because we have some new tactic cards that you can run. The ones we're running in this deck are Tawny Joust, pretty easy 4 provision card that's a tactic that you can just throw in an Ardal deck, get a little bit of value from, shield an ally, maybe, prevent a bit of bleeding, get that 4 value that way, or damage an engine, remove something that way, get the value, or you can just mulligan these cards away. And that's the beauty of this as a tactic that you can play. You don't have to keep them in hand. It's a pretty easy card to include and play some other good ones as well. The other tactics we have are Assassination, straightforward removal. I find Treason a little bit too conditional sometimes, especially when you're already removing a lot of units with things like Serret, Orcs and all those guys. And we have Muzzle as well, which, when there are a lot of higher vampires around, was definitely a very good inclusion in the deck. Haven't been seeing too many of them though recently. Still a very competent card, can deal with a lot of engines. You can always, muzzle a lot of things when you've got Ardal as well as your leader. I've made Ardal decks in the past that are utilizing this card. You kind of can take all of the engines away from them as well as with locks and damage and everything else, and really render engine decks, incapable. So that's pretty cool. And the other spicy inclusion we have is Portal, and this card is really awesome in Nilfgaard, I think. Probably the best faction for it, because you have so many of these kind of strong 4-provision engine type cards. We're actually playing Infiltrator and Nausicaa Sergeant as the targets this time round. Infiltrator because it's just a very good card. You can maybe keep them in hand, play them round 2 on Dry Pass or whatever, or just get them out with a Portal. And Nausicaa Sergeant, of course, works well with Nilfgaard in general. Great targets for Portal, and Tawny Joust doesn't count as a unit, so that's very nice. Kind of some great synergy going on there with Portal and the bronzes, so that's really cool. We are running Menagerie Keepers as well. I wasn't convinced on this card when I saw it, but 6 of 5 isn't too bad, it really isn't. And you can pretty much always get the value on that because you have 4 tactics in the deck, of course. Not a terrible card, and of course it's not a 4-provision card, which is important for Portal. We have the Alba Armoured Cavalry, which is, just a regular lock, not too bad. Nilf Knights, synergy with Leo and Peter, as you often have in those Nilfgaard decks from old. We have a bit more thinning with Imperial Brigade and Roach, just because Witches are out. There's not as much thinning. We have Portal to kind of replace it, but I felt like putting in Imperial Brigade as well, just to make sure we can guarantee all the powerful goals that we're running, which do include, of course, that Leo, that Peter, to knock down tool units, as well as the Serret Letho Orcs combo, which, is undoubtedly very good. And we also have Milton and Palmerin, which I think are pretty okay for what they are. They might not be the strongest ever inclusion, but they're usually about 17, 16 for 16 provisions, which isn't too bad at all. The shield can be valuable sometimes as well on occasion, so not too bad. We also have a Sire for the Roach combo, which is a pretty good proactive play with this deck. And all in all, you're just denying engines, having a great matchup against things like Northern Realms, Engine Scoia'tael, and all the rest of these decks that play vulnerable cards that can be removed or locked in some way. With that being said, let's see what Nilfgaard has to offer. Let's jump into a game or two. Alright, we're going to be going up against Calantha. Let's see what we can do. I think we should be okay against Northern Realms. A lot of engines for us to deal with. Let's mulligan an Imperial Brigade to start things off, and then, well, Leo plus Knight is pretty nice. We can maybe mulligan either Infiltrator or Menagerie Keeper. Since we don't have any tactics, I think I'll get rid of this. Not going to too much. You also want to mulligan the Nausicas, of course, for your Portal. Those are the good targets to hit with it. And you need, a bit of value or whatever. Alright, that looks like a Leo target to me. I think we should just start buffing him up. He might be turned into a Cursed Knight, I suppose, so maybe there's an incentive just to kill him immediately, but I'd also quite like to get the extra value with the Nilf Knights here, so we'll go for that.
Order will triumph. It must triumph.
That is going to be a juicy Leo. But yeah, maybe we should have killed it immediately to deny Necromancy. I'm not sure. I think we'll be okay as long as we can push out a win on even with this sort of a powerful start. We have the Letho Orc Serret in hand as well. Maybe even able to set up Milton with that. Or he'll do it for us, potentially. Okay, so we don't quite get ahead with the Leo here, which is, I suppose, what the opponent's, you know, planning with that play there. Let's go with the Brigade then. We wouldn't have to play Leo if we don't want to. We can maybe go Infiltrator and another play and then a dry pass. We'll see what we have to do. Actually, wait, Leo would have got ahead because we have Roach. I completely forgot. Oh well. I can think about that next play. Surprise them with the tempo if they don't take a pass here. Alternatively, yeah, we can just play a Serret or probably not a Serret, maybe a Letho. Does that get ahead? I think it does by 1 point. Maybe go for that. Hold on to the Leo. It will almost certainly find value on Necromancy later on, right? And again, that's put us in a bit of an awkward spot, honestly. Probably should have just Leo'd there. Oh well. We're kind of telegraphing we don't have Leo in a way, right? Which is good for Necromancy, if they have it. Double Infiltrator in hand, though. We can definitely go and play that. Portal also looks pretty hot. I can get rid of Assassination. These are the ones I wanted to see. Nice. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to play double Infiltrator in this round, and then we can go to round 3 with Portal as our opener, and hopefully destroy their engines and whatnot. Deal with all that stuff. Have Ardal to steal one as well, which is pretty nice. Really good against Vitality, Givers, and Tridems and everything. Not sure what they're running though. This is looking like Spectres, but not sure what that means exactly. That's going to come down, alright. Pretty good card for the opponent to not have anymore. Play the other Infiltrator and then probably get out of here. I would kind of like to play Portal just to improve the deck a little bit, but I think we're a little bit too behind in points to do that now. Okay, Kedwani Sergeant, that's pretty whatever. Let's pass then, see what you got, Calantha, in the round 3. Feeling pretty confident with the last say that we'll be okay, but the wombo combo potential is definitely there. I'm a little bit worried, I suppose. Okay, we definitely need to mulligan the Nausicaa, of course, for the Portal, and again, so that's sorted. Double tactic and no muzzle is not really what I'm looking for, but could be worse. So, you know, kind of fucked up in round 1 without, you know, not playing the Leo when I could have pushed ahead and maybe, you know, got a win on even or something. Now it looks like we're going to be against artifacts, which I don't particularly want to have to deal with. Might be Hubert or something like that. Let's get these out though and rolling. Damn, Sorceress is fine. I think we want to just Tawny Joust and protect our guy here. Let him get some more units on the board before we commit to anything in particular. This looks very much like some kind of wombo combo finisher. Might be a problem. Might indeed be an issue for us. We'll see though. We have locks. Could deal with quite a lot of stuff. Artifacts. Can't really deal with those. Let's see how many they have. There's Necromancy. So that's our Leo target, and I assume you want to just take that right now. Probably won't be a better option. Just grab the points. So presumably this is going to be a Spectre or whatever. I don't know what the card's called. Sabrina's Inferno, is that the one? The card that damages all the non-Spectres. I think he's probably running that. You would imagine. But we can shield up our guys with Palmerin potentially, so, you know, not going to be too scary in that department. We need to play Menagerie Keeper before the assassination. Oh, Sienna coming down and being used immediately with Vernon Roach. Okay, that's what I like to see. Finally someone's actually playing that combo. 4 cards coming out of the deck. Holy moly. Rune Word is one of them. Scare and Scatter the Lots is another. Okay. Please play that. Okay, he didn't play it quite where I wanted him to, but that's okay. I think we just Menagerie Keeper this, to be honest. A little bit of a bunch of random cards there from the opponent, but sure. Let's kill this. Oh wait, what? Is that a bug? I assume that's a bug. Very strange. Not killing the Curse Knight. Should be damaging the enemy there. We found a bug. Wow, isn't that cool? So it turns out Menagerie Keeper is very bad. Since it doesn't actually work. That's awkward. We do have a good Milton on the back row though, so you know, that's looking pretty nice. But god, that is very awkward. I think the opponent's as confused as we are, to be honest. What the hell was that? Alright, Ardal on to Tridem. I don't see why not. Don't really see why not, to be honest, guys. We can steal that. We can probably play the Assassinate as well. I gotta say, I'm a little bit upset. I'm a little bit upset that the Menagerie didn't do what it was meant to. But we're not too far behind. We've got some good cards in hand. We've still got this guy, of course, getting buffs as well, and the Wombo combo's out, so we'll see if we have what it takes. We can remove engines still. They're not going to be a problem. If the opponent has them. Okay, looks like a pretty decent Milton now. We can probably go for that on the ranged. I don't know. Do we want to play around Trebuchet? We'll probably just lock it anyway if they have one. Let's use it on this so we get that Palmerin target ×2. Be able to shield up the rest of our homies. The rest of our friends. I'm worried. We're only behind by 1 point, but you know, they could have some scary things coming out here at the end. Sienna does take up a lot of provisions, likewise with Vernon Roach, so maybe we'll be safe. If it comes down to the Menagerie Keeper bug, then I'm gonna be a little bit sad about that. Regis is not a bad card. Alright, let's go with Palmerin now. I don't see a reason not to. Kill this guy, I guess. Get some shields on our boys. Hopefully they don't have tool removal or we're going to be in trouble. Some pretty good plays left, potentially. Especially if they have engines, which haven't really played any so far. There's Gregor. That's pretty good. I probably maybe should have shielded that. I don't know. Not something I was expecting, though. It's a Sire Roach now. Still a little bit behind. Oh god. Is this going to be a win or a loss? I don't even know. Let's get that Orcs value. Serret value, rather. And Orcs, I don't think he's doing anything. But we're pretty far ahead in points. Oh, we're just going to take it. Wow. That was pretty damn close. Fair play. I don't know how good that Calanth combo really is, to be honest. Didn't seem that overwhelming. But, you know, pretty close game nonetheless. Let's jump into another one and see if we can win again. And our next opponent is going to be Anna. So some Nilfgaard Civil War going on. Should be interesting. I think we'll have a great matchup against Anna. As I said, I have been playing her quite a bit, and she definitely struggles against removal, of which we have quite a lot. Let's get rid of Tawny Joust though. I don't think we particularly need that. And then Roach as well. Portal, very powerful opener here if we want to go with that. Especially if we hit the Nausicaa Sergeants with it. Probably go off with that play. I don't see why not. Get some engines on the board for us. Or we can get double Infiltrator. I mean, that's not bad either, I suppose, unless we get Orcs. But, you know. Still an 8-point play. It's not the end of the world. By any means. Alright. So we can probably Menagerie Keeper on that, if we want. Letho are not enabled at the moment, unfortunately. Not bugging out this time, thankfully. That was pretty funny. I've never seen that one work before. Alright. Gonna buff that up. Gonna be a very nice potential assassination target here. Looks juicy to me. Roach not saving the day there. So we can remove this, and I think we do. Get rid of the engine. Nice. And Roach is surviving the enemy Regis, which is always something you love to see. Alright, that looks like a pretty good target for all my Nilf Knights. So let's start throwing them out, and then we can Peter, of course, afterwards. A little bit worried about Leo, value later, so, you know, that might be something we think about. Infiltrator, huh? I think I'm fine playing Milton, to be honest. We can get 2 targets for Palmerin with the shields, though the shields won't be that important, I don't think, but getting ahead on even seems really promising, and then being able to kill Infiltrator as well is nice. Probably should have put it next to the Infiltrator so we could shield them both. But whatever, shouldn't really matter, right? Suppose we'll see. Definitely want to play Peter this round if we can on the Magni. After using Nilf Knights, pretty good target. Letho we want to save for later. Muzzle can do whatever. Cutthroat, huh? Interesting. The Milkmaids. So you probably just want to take the shield value onto the bleeding unit. That's what I'm talking about. You know, Palmerin is often not a bad card by any means. Put it on here. Getting more Peter value as time goes on. Hopefully pushing a win on even, that's kind of the objective now. If we're able to fit in another knight onto this, then we should be in a great spot to win on even. Hand isn't too hot for Anna, but, you know, muzzle is not bad. Okay, we get the win, nice. That is definitely going to be a good spot for us, obviously. Could probably do some nasty things to Anna now. Maybe bleed, maybe not. Honestly, just passing and taking a card might just be the best way to go about doing this. Smaller than those, they're kind of low value. I think the Nilf Knight plus Leo will be good round 3. The question is, will we have enough? I think a card up, we should be okay here with our leader versus theirs. A lot of our cards are kind of removing stuff, right? And they're the one that are going to have stuff that, you know, ought to be removed, I guess. Might not be the case, but... So far, pretty vanilla kind of package, although the Cutthroat's interesting. Not really sure what's being played. It might be a Shoop deck, even. Is that possible? No, never mind. 2 Nilfgaardian Knights have been played, so... Throw that idea out the window. Okay, Serret's a good one. I think we get rid of Tawny Joust here. Not a very high value card. Menagerie Keeper's okay. The Lock might come in handy if there's a lot of engines coming out. Peter, probably quite bad. I'm going to mulligan him. Tawny Joust, not really better, or, well, I mean, in theory it might be, but unlikely. We can save kind of the bad cards for later and try to give Anna a pretty nasty, you know, thing to use. It's possible. Okay, Leo might just find value on Witches as well, but we can definitely use it on a Sire here, right? If we want to. So we want to really engineer a hand that's just bad for you know, for Anna to work with. So we want to play like Letho and Serret early in the round. Early-ish. Let's play the Asaya now though. Get that out. Card for card. Pretty fair so far. Okay, Imperial Brigade, that's not too scary. We also have one of those. Pretty mirror match-y right now. Okay, I reckon we can go with the Nilf Knight now. Play on the back row. Play around Alba and stuff. Potentially they can reset this or something and deny the Leo with Peter maybe, but that's a bit of a stretch. Roderick, okay. Alright. And Okvist coming down. Okay, well that is a very, very juicy muzzle target. We could also think about damaging it and then Ardaling it, but I think muzzle's probably just going to be the play here. That will be mine now, thank you very much. Now we're ahead by 5 and a card, so we should be in a great spot. Emissary going to come down and give us more Leo value, nice. I like that. Guess we can go Menagerie Keeper now. We still have a tactic in hand, thankfully, for the bleeding to work. And we'll get it on a Sire, because this is a pretty good Leo target now. We don't need to worry about that. There's no Enforcers in hand from the opponents, so I'm going to worry a little bit about their chances here. I think we're probably okay, to be honest. We'll see, though. Let's continue to get the kind of, I guess, stronger cards, rather, out the hand. Letho might... I guess Letho's not even good for them. Leo is a good one, because they can kill our Witcher once we play it. So we should play Leo now, probably.
I'll do as you ask.
Just secure the value. Making that Anna weaker and weaker. Right now they can get an 8, which is not bad. So we want to play Letho, and then we want to play Serret, probably, and then the rest of the cards here will be very bad for them if they're holding on to the leader for so long. We could steal a sire, but I'm going to hold on to the Ardal. Kind of no reason to use it yet, right? But it's going to, at the very least, equal the play that they're going to have. Interesting use. Petri's Filter coming down. Let's play Sarah and make sure Asaya, whatever she is, Anna, make sure she isn't too good. Get that Roach. He's still got Tawny Joust to damage, so I'm not worried about, you know, Ardal being dead. Maybe I should be. I guess they can steal Tawny Joust. They're now looking at the cards, they're thinking, oh, these cards are kind of terrible. But it looks like they're going to try to deny Ardal. Or maybe not. They probably have a target for the Petri's Filter, right? Something they really want to use it on, so... Oh, no. Looks like they are going to go for that line of play. I think we'll still be able to make it work, though. Oh, Damien, okay. And he's going to get another card of mine, sure. I mean, we might be in trouble if we don't get Ardal value here, guys. We might be in trouble. Probably should have just taken the Asaya. I do like that play, that's pretty cute. But at the end of the day, he did just Anna for like 3 points or whatever, so it's not particularly strong. So if it's a 7 or below, you know, we could take it still, of course. Pretty clean, although it could have been cleaner if I'd taken the Asaya earlier, probably. Anyway, convincing win against Anna, which I think is a bit memed here, unfortunately. I'll probably make a deck with it and try to make it work in some manner in the coming weeks, of course. So do subscribe, of course, for more videos. Score a tell tomorrow. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.